crime family, a very dumb crime family, the Gambozos, if you will, and Don Jr., he's so embarrassing. He's on the stand, he's testifying in this $250 million fraud trial, and he has to compliment, he said his father is an artist with real estate. Yeah, he's an artist. He's Vincent Van Gogh to jail with real estate is what he is. He also boasted that his dad is the father of hotel gyms. He said, maybe someone put a gym in a building somewhere, but no one did it at the scale of my father. He's saying that his father, the father of the hotel gym, is a guy who's never stepped inside one, okay? The amount of ass-kissing in this trial is insane. DJ TJ, of course, denies any and all wrongdoing and is instead going with the our accountants did it defense.
I'm not supposed to rely on a big five accounting firm, like one of the biggest accounting firms in the world. I can pay them millions of dollars. I rely on them to do accounting, but I'm supposed to know more than them. By this logic, insurance companies are going to start suing patients for listening to their doctors. Right? Do you understand? Like, am I supposed to know more? Oh, Don Jr. doesn't know anything about it. I'm not an accountant. I'm a business guy.
I'm a business guy who had his elbows soldered together, and now I move my arms like a Muppet all the time. And with all the complaining the Trumps do about this trial playing out in the media, you could barely even turn the channel.
This is the defendant, Don Jr. He's here to show his father that he's a man who can ride the subway all by himself. He's accused of real estate fraud and hunting house cats without a license. This is also the defendant, Eric. He claims his family is allowed to break the law because his daddy's name is on buildings. He's accused of real estate fraud and eating glue. What you are witnessing is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual idiots with a case pending in the New York Metropolitan Area Court. The People's Court.
Cousin Greg and the other Cousin Greg. Their father was not there to cheer his sons on. Donald Trump not showing up to watch his kids testify in a fraud trial is the Trump family version of not showing up for their school play.
So don't miss out. Go to collecttrumpcards.com. Go right now and collect your own exclusive piece of American history, and we'll all have fun together. Have a good life.
We're trying. You won't let us. He is the most shameless person in the history of the world, probably. By summer, you'll be able to buy his adult diapers out of a vending machine. That's how... The website is good, too. It has an incredible quote. Trump says, the people that are buying these Trump digital trading cards are new friends of mine more than anything else.
A golden statue of Trump at a Florida golf course, which might fit their mood, but they're in the distinct minority. It was funded by crypto investors who commissioned Trump's likeness in a promotional push. Guess what? For their meme coin, because that's how they want to get rich. Not very relevant to most people if you're not in that elite, smug, rich, right-wing circle that is continuing to benefit from the Trump wheeling and dealing. As for the cost estimates for that reflecting pool at the Lincoln Memorial, well, they're running over budget. $13 million of taxpayer money, the ballroom at $1 billion, Democrats vowing to fight it. And we haven't even gotten to the missing gold phones.
Hey, Trump supporter here. This goes out to Don Jr. and Eric. Where the is my phones? I ordered 4 gold Trump phones in the summer. Now we can't get any updates on them.
He's not alone. A bunch of customers and MAGA fans are very angry to find that Donald Trump is breaking his word again. The Trump's family business has duped whatever fans it has left. This latest grift involves the Trump family's business failure to deliver promised Trump phones after getting down payments on them from a lot of customers. Now, how many people would actually like to buy a Trump gold phone at this juncture, say in the last year? Well, considering the past ripoffs and the fact that no major cell phones are actually produced in the U.S., so this seemed like a long shot, well, you might think not that many. But the answer is well over 500,000 people each paid a $100 deposit to get in on the planned and promised Trump phone. Not a single confirmed customer, though, has gotten one. This is a report from the IBT. Meanwhile, the website for the so-called Trump Mobile, which isn't very mobile, includes a disclaimer. A pre-order doesn't guarantee a device will be produced or made available for purchase. I mean, that is just out there. A pre-order means not a pre-order. We just hold your $100 and we might never make the phone. The so-called Trump phone was announced with a lot of fanfare by Trump's sons last year.
Today, we're here to introduce Trump Mobile, making phones in America. It's about time we bring products back to our great country.
We're going to be having call centers for Trump Mobile in St. Louis, so we're keeping our data onshore.
We plan to build phones in America. All of our customer support is in America. A lot of people are getting ripped off, to say the least, because they don't pay attention to their cell phone plans. So I think we can do it better.
People are getting ripped off. They're going to do a better job. They're actually doing no job because they haven't shipped any phones. The company's selling point was that this somewhat gilded device would be made in America. You heard that in some of those clips. Now they say it will be proudly American. I guess that's kind of how the phone identifies. It will be designed with American values in mind. Sure. Whatever. But that's not how country of origin labeling works. If you're going to make something here or have it abroad, the mother of all tariffs president ought to know that. The phone reportedly now predominantly made in China. But again, that's if it's made. So far, the company now says, don't assume if you buy one or part of one that it'll ever be produced. So we don't know if it's ever going to be made or where. Now, if it's all familiar, this is not the first time Trump has done this kind of thing. Remember, there's a Trump-branded crypto meme coin. The family has made over $200 million on it, but its value has tanked by over 90%. That means, obviously, if you put in $10, you'd have about one left while they get rich. Trump has basically been moving through different groups of ultimately disillusioned consumers for decades. You could analogize some of what he does in business to how he's moved through voters, something we've explored in past reports, because he keeps moving around, moving the goalposts, finding new people to believe the thing. The old people are disillusioned. We all know how many folks have worked for him and then turned on him. In business, he licenses a brand, but then is not effective and sometimes just not honest about executing the so-called brand deal. And that's left products varying in quality or in whether they exist. Remember, it was a Trump university that later actually cost Trump tens of millions of dollars because so many people had been legally defrauded that they had a court case. Unlike the revenge prosecutions we've been telling you about, they had a case that over the years they finally won. He did return some money, but this is a pattern.
When it comes to great stakes, I've just raised the stakes.
My new game is Trump, the game.
The God Bless the USA Bible. At Trump University, we teach success. That's what it's all about.
It's a smooth vodka. It's a great tasting vodka.
The elegance of Trump Vineyard Estates, it just can't be beat.
We were the first plane out this morning. We were the most successful flight this morning. We had more people than anybody else, and I think we had better service than anybody else.
A lot of branding and a lot of failures. To paraphrase the great poet Mos Def, I don't care what kind of brand you are. I care what kind of man you are, what your principles and standards are.
500,000 people each put down a $100 deposit on the gilded promise of a fully American-made smartphone, only to be met with total radio silence and a quiet, buried disclaimer that the device might never actually exist. That is a brutal piece of arithmetic. $50 million in customer deposits essentially vanishing into the ether, while the consumers who trusted the pitch get nothing but an empty website from the Trump business machine. Place that stark reality right alongside the golden statue of Donald Trump recently unveiled at a Florida golf course, commissioned by crypto promoters looking to pump their meme coin, or the billion-dollar ballroom, or the taxpayer-funded reflecting pool running $13 million over budget. There is a profound, almost grotesque dissonance between the lived reality of ordinary people and the gilded bubble at the top. When gas prices hover at $4.50 a gallon, when consumer sentiment collapses to historical lows, and when poll after poll shows broad public disapproval on the economy, the best explanation the administration can muster is a bizarre piece of bureaucratic spin that the president's supposed 100% success rate in fixing every problem on Earth is simply causing people too much stress. That kind of arrogance does not merely expose a staggering disconnect from reality, it reveals a deeply familiar, decades-long playbook of transactional exploitation. This missing gold phone is not an isolated supply chain hiccup. It is merely the latest link in an unbroken chain of lucrative, empty promises. It is the exact same pattern that defined Trump University, which ended in tens of millions of dollars in court-ordered restitution after defrauding thousands of eager students. It is the exact same playbook as the branded crypto meme coin, where the family walked away with over $200 million while everyday investors watched the coin's value plunge by more than 90%. This is the art of constantly moving the goalposts. Capitalize on genuine public disillusionment, demand cash up front, leave your most loyal backers holding the bag when reality sets in, and immediately pivot to a fresh crop of marks. The ultimate political trap here is the sheer scale of the reversal. A political movement built on promises to bring manufacturing home, lower the cost of living, protect healthcare, and end endless foreign conflicts has delivered the precise opposite. An aggressive trade war driving up consumer prices, systematic cuts to food assistance and basic healthcare, and an active, costly conflict in the Middle East raging for months without end. All while the phone they promised to build in America turns out to be tied to Chinese manufacturing, if it ever gets manufactured at all. The very resources and attention that were supposedly reserved for America First priorities have instead been funneled into personal enrichment, doubling the family's net worth while the disillusioned young voters who took a chance on them realized they were merely pawns in a short-term grift. What we are watching now is the inevitable fracturing within the right-wing ecosystem itself. The younger digital influencers and commentators who once championed this movement are not lifelong ideological diehards. They are ruthless pragmatists. When an administration with full governing control cannot point fingers at opponents, when inflation stings, when wars escalate, and when ghost projects pile up, these influencers realize there is no longer any defensible logic left. They are quietly looking for the exit, skating to where the puck is going rather than where it is, solely to ensure their own media survival once the term ends. The curtain is falling because even the most ardent followers are beginning to recognize the fundamental truth. Behind all the red, white, and blue rhetoric, the only thing that is ever truly prioritized, protected, and paid out is the family brand.